some of your top tips for developing a routine?
Look, I can't stress enough that one of the most important things we can do is start to prioritise sleep. So the way we divvy up our day often, we can think of it as a pie chart. 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of work and 8 hours of leisure. Now, of course, lots of us work more than 8 hours, right? So if we work more than 8 hours, then we might work 10 or 11. Where do we take that time from? We can't take it from our sleep. We have to take it from the other, and people often take it from their sleep. But once you flick the switch and say, okay, my sleep is too important to me, I'm going to start with the fact I need 8 hours sleep, then I have whatever hours I need to work, and then I have this rest for the other. That's a really big start. And then, of course, we have to recognise that it's very important to switch off, to allow our body to recognise that this is now time for sleep. So the other big tip I have is 1 hour before bedtime, you actually switch off. You switch off your technology, you dim the lights in your room, and this is where I think the story of essential oils is really important, because what we do to ourselves at that time is very, our brain responds so well to environmental stimulators. So if we light a candle or start having some beautiful aromatherapy or oil, our body starts to think, not only does it have a physical effect on the brain, but also the visual cues for the brain means that, this is the time I start to quieten down. This is when I go into my nurturing and nourishing phase of the day, and it's really important that we do that. And so having that routine in that 1 hour before bed is one of my very, very top tips. The other thing is, typical things, reduce your intake of caffeine, limit your alcohol intake, exercise, expose yourself to bright sunlight. And the other thing is people often don't recognise is that my time that I get up in the morning affects my ability to go to sleep that night. So remember that 16 hours after you wake up, expose yourself to bright sunlight or bright light. That's when you are able to go back to sleep. So if you have a sleep in on Sundays and don't get up to 11 a.m, you're not actually ready to go to sleep until about 2 a.m. the following morning, and people don't recognise that circadian rhythm, the biological clock, is really determinant of when you go to sleep that night. So there are a few of the tips.